Hi, everybody. Okay, we're testing out a thing. I can't talk about it. I'm kind of I kind of what I can't talk about it, but I'm testing out something for YouTube right now, so we're gonna try it. So we're gonna talk to Pappy. We're gonna bring him in, and we're gonna talk about TV shows, especially like we're gonna talk about his favorite, my favorite from childhood, what we've seen of each other's, and different things like that. So that's what we're gonna do. I thought that would be a really cool thing. Next time I bring him in, we're going to talk about our Charcot-Marie tooth disease, kind of go through that little like comment, that little idea of how that works and what our like little, quirks are, little problems and issues are with it and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in another day. But yeah, right now we're gonna hear in about minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm gonna invite Pap. He's gonna come in for 20 minutes. You guys will get to see my father. He's going to come in for a couple minutes, talk to us, and then I'll kick him out. We're going to go about 30 minutes on this, probably no longer, and then we'll call it. There's going to be people coming in and out of the house. It's Easter. Like, we have a dinner going on. There's an Easter egg hunt happening right now outside. There's a lot going on, so it's going to be really crazy. So you might hear a lot of other people, a lot of other things going on, just kind of a heads up. Not too completely, sure, it's not going to be absolutely insane. I know there's probably not going to be a lot of people watching this because of the fact that we have so much going on today on a Sunday, but this will be up later so you can check it out. I'll go ahead. I'll talk a little bit about my favorite TV shows growing up and stuff with him right now. I do want to say that Stranger Things season 5 is coming out. That's the finale season. It's coming out in October, I think it is. Check it out. Should be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens in the finale of Stranger Things and what happens with Vecna and 11. The whole crew, actually, because it'll be very interesting to see how that turns out. So, and whatever like little side things are little side projects they do, because I know that they're going to have spinoffs. It's inevitable. It makes them a lot of money. They should definitely do spinoffs. Hopefully we'll have a Vecna spinoff that'll go a little bit more into detail about how he gets into the upside down. Hello, welcome, Elman. Welcome. I'm just running my mouth on YouTube for 30 minutes. So welcome in. If I don't answer you in chat, I'll get to you close to the end. Because I'm gonna have my father come in and we're gonna talk about TV shows. We're gonna talk about our favorites as kids. What's up, Typical? How's it going? You're 12? Welcome. Then you should hear some interesting TV shows in here you might want to check out. So if you're not into if you can check out some older, newer, this will be all states shows in the US, because I could probably go through and remember some of the others. Adaptations, because one of them I'm going to mention has was a crazy show that was not in the United States that they bumped into the United States. Hold on. All right, so let me get Pap in here. I want to send him an invite. I want to see how this works. We're gonna the reconnecting. Did you guys just see a glitch? Does it break up? That's the thing I'm a little worried about. I don't know if it breaks up or not. Do you guys have a little bit of a glitch there? Because if that's true, then they need to probably fix that, because that's going to be weird. He's gonna get an invite. He's gonna accept it, and he's gonna come in, and then we're gonna talk about TV shows. He's actually in the other room beside me. I'm hoping you don't get feedback. I'm hoping you don't get feedback. I don't know if Alice is gonna work. I might have to do this next time in a completely different room. We tested it and it worked okay, but we were kind of close. So, the TV behind me, that's a I don't want to say her name. That's an Alexa. It's an Alexa. That's an Alexa. It gives us weather, stuff like that. Pap, I sent it to you. It gives us weather updates. And we can actually check our Ring doorbell cams and stuff, our cameras. security stuff on that. If you have two of those, you can actually connect back and forth. The next we're also gonna have Bombay Cat on here. He's in Texas, so he'll be joining us from states away. Pat's joining me from the other room. Hope we don't get feedback. Hoping we don't get feedback. Yeah, that's what you're seeing. I'm downstairs. All my computer stuff for streaming and stuff is upstairs. So that's just the lady we have here to communicate. So Pat is gonna adjust. I'm gonna add him. See what happens. Okay. Didn't fat figure. You're sideways.
So are you?
You know what I mean? But you're in a different way. Can I rotate you? Hold on. Yep, I can't. Never mind. So that does that. Okay. I can't rotate you. We probably need to not do this landscape next time. So you guys, you're getting feedback. So okay. I don't know if he can switch. So give me a second. We're gonna. You guys want to move with me? Everything's going crazy here right now. We have food happening and like Easter. So I'm gonna go to a different room really quick, just so we don't have feedback. So Pap and I are gonna talk about different TV shows that we enjoy. He's gonna kind of give us like an idea of like his TV shows growing up as a kid. I'll try to give you my like an example of my TV shows growing up as a kid. What's up, Tukey? How's it going? And then we'll go from there. Pappy is in a different landscape. I probably need to turn him. Can you? I can't do it right at this second because I'm helping him. But anyway, so Pap, do you want to tell them a couple TV shows that were a big thing like whenever you were growing up?
Well, when I was growing up, some of the biggest ones was like, there's so many. But
well, tell them what you enjoyed. Tell them what shows you enjoyed.
My parents like different shows. My dad, he loved the Twilight Zone, so I got into the Twilight Zone, and some of the others everybody probably knows, like the Andy Griffith Show, Dick Van Dyke Show. They were all popular when I was growing up, so we watched all of them at night and during the day. We lived in a little town called Elkins, West Virginia, and then Petersburg, West Virginia, and we got WTAE out of Pittsburgh, and we watched the Paul Shannon Show. And on the Paul Shannon Show, they did a lot of Three Stooges, cartoons, Three Stooges, all mixed in, and some little skits with Paul Shannon. So it was interesting at that time.
You're also talking about an era too where TV wasn't as abundant as it is right now. So multiple tons of channels weren't completely an option.
Yeah, we had very few channels in our little town of Elkins, but it was okay. We had some good shows. There was my mom liked Doctor Who, and she would watch it all the time. And then, like I said, my dad liked the Twilight Zone, so he watched it. So they took the TV, so we had to either watch it or go do something else. So a lot of times we'd watch along with them. So
a lot of my influence came from his choices too. So, for example, he was a big he loved the 1960s Batman with Adam West. I picked that up as a kid too. Probably why I have a Batman obsession these days. So
yeah, Batman Bonanza, the Westerns, was all big when I was growing up. The Big Chaparral, the High Chaparral, or something like that, and the Big Valley. All them were when I was growing up. Also, the Batman series was big, and that's the one with Burt Ward. Yeah, Burt Ward and Adam West. And
Who else was in that?
Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero's the Joker. Burgess Meredith. Love Burgess Meredith, man.
Trying to think of who played the Riddler.
Oh, I can never remember his name. Is Sid?
No.
What was his name? I can never remember his name. And then you had like 3 Catwomen.
Yeah.
So they had like 3 Catwomen in that whole show. You know, the most famous one is probably Julie Newmar.
Right.
But Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, Eartha Kitt.
Was another one. Who was the third one? I can never remember the third Catwoman. Do you remember?
No, I'm old.
I can't remember the third Catwoman. There was 3 Catwomen in that movie. I mean, in that show.
Yeah, I can't.
I cannot remember. To the life of me, I can never remember the guy that played Riddler. He did such a good job at it, too.
Frank Gorshin?
Yeah, Frank Gorshin. That's his name.
So
that was probably one of the most enigmatic, weird versions of the Riddler. I think Jim Carrey in Batman Forever probably tried to copy a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Especially that energy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I saw the 1960s Riddler being more of the Joker than the Riddler in that series because of the way that he acted and the energy that he had coming to it.
Yeah.
It was very interesting the way that he portrayed it. I need to get you turned next time. So I know that you can't do it, but I need to get you turned. I don't know if I can. Hold on. Can I do this? Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me come in.
Okay.
I'll fix you and then I'll be right back.
Okay. But we watched all those, and some of the comedy shows was Abbott and Costello. They were from the 40s and 50s, but we watched almost all the Abbott and Costello movies over and over and over.
You're good. I'll fix you. Guys, I walked in to say hi really quick. Hold on. Let me get him moved. There you go. Do you want to? Is that good? There you go. Now I can see it.
And so we watched a lot of TV, but most of the time when it was warm and sunny outside, we were outside riding bikes and getting into trouble. So it was the 60s. We ran free. We didn't worry about predators or anything like that. We would get out and they wouldn't see me from breakfast till supper. I would be gone. So
yeah, it was well, I mean, whenever I was growing up in the 80s, it's kind of the same.
yeah.
Like it was, you woke up in the morning and you had breakfast, and then like it was like, okay, you know, there's outside. You need to go do things outside. Or it was like we had things to do. So like, hey, we're gonna plant a garden, or hey, we're gonna do something like that. So
yeah,
that wasn't the 80s too.
Yeah, we watched Westerns, Bonanza and Gunsmoke and all them. So
whenever I was growing up, we were in that era of Nickelodeon was huge. Like Nickelodeon was a huge like beast at that moment.
Yeah.
And they had tons of shows. So they had their own studio and they were pumping out shows left and right. So you can't do that on television was a big show at that point in time. They did a lot of game shows that they would just pick kids out of schools, or you could even like back in whenever I was growing up in the 90s, you could even do trick or treat over the phone on Nickelodeon. It was called Nick or Treat. And you just dialed numbers on a phone. And that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And I was thinking, man, like this is the top of technology. Like you can't get any bigger than this. Yeah. And then I think like the next year they came out with in the mornings, it's like 6 a.m. They had a television show where they put you inside of video games. You were inside of your own like NES game. And based on tracking is how you interacted with the environment. To the life of me, I still cannot remember what the name of that show is, but I watched it every morning, and it was such a good show. And and then they had cartoons that were just off the wall, like Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, like stuff like that. That's all stuff that was in the era of me growing up. I loved, like, I remember loving like Nickelodeon and Fox. Fox had Saturday morning cartoons, and you would see amazing things on there, like G.I. Joe, or you could do like what was the other stuff that was on it? G.I. Joe probably was the mix from a later generation too, because it wasn't just big in the 80s, it was big in the 60s, right? 70s, because G.I. Joe dolls were full-sized like dolls at that time.
Yeah, maybe
So
70s. I don't remember much in the 60s of it.
okay, because I know they had full-size dolls at that time. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, guys. We're gonna be getting crazy amounts of people coming in. So just a heads up. I'm trying to get you in a position where I'm not going to have a lot of people go crazy in the background. V, how's it going? But we can also still talk, and I don't know how that's going to work out. So we'll see how it goes, because I have to do at least 30 minutes of this. But yes, and his influenced me too. So to this day, every morning we watch shows like Andy Griffith. So every morning. Hi, Ellen. So we watch like shows like Andy Griffith every morning. We're always getting into like those older shows. So, and Pat can tell you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We can kind of reference them, and we can tell from the beginning of the episodes now what episode is going to be on there.
And we just keep watching them because, like, Andy Griffith's on for hours at a time, so I watch it all the time, and I can almost recite what they're going to say before they say it. So, but it's still appealing to me. And it was MASH, but it was like Gilligan's Island and back in the time, and you knew all the characters, the Professor and Mary Ann, you knew them all. And,
oh man, I'm trying to think of other shows. We mentioned Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone, if you guys have never watched Twilight Zone, you should. It's worth a watch. It's a really, Twilight Zone is a really good show to kind of enjoy and have a good time. We were also talking about Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
I remember how
kinds of them.
That show was so good at doing endings like that were, I wouldn't say scary, but kind of like suspenseful.
Yeah.
That it, as a kid, I thought that was the epitome of horror. Like that show always had me like a little offset. And man, Dragnet was a good show. You ever watch Dragnet? You should.
Yeah.
But Dragnet had some episodes that were scarier than Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Just with the stuff that was going on. There was an episode of Dragnet that I can remember to this day. I still remember this episode where they're doing I don't know if the people, if it's some kind of drug that they're doing, LSD, might be weed. I don't know exactly what they were pulling on the show at that time. But whatever the drug is, the mother puts the baby in the bathtub and the baby drowns. The baby, like it, and then the way that they handle it is so scary.
Yeah.
It's such a scary idea. And the music that they played in the background, and like I just remember the lady screaming, looking in the bathtub, and it was just absolutely frightening. Like still to this day, I could remember it. So, any moments of TV that you remember heavy?
Not right offhand. I've watched so much TV over my life. When I got older and I became a paramedic, and I liked watching Emergency.
You still watch that every evening?
I still watch it. And
Adam 12.
Adam 12, the Star Trek series,
Oh man,
Dick Van Dyke. I mean, all those shows were my childhood and growing up. So,
and they're good shows. To this day, like you should adventure into those shows.
Yes.
Like they have good meanings. Dick Van Dyke was a really good comedy show, but it also had like a message and a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
And it had some really good Halloween episodes. There's a Walnut episode to this day that still has me as a kid freaked. I'm trying to think of what else was in that. So in my era, then we got into like Power Rangers came out.
Yeah.
That changed a lot of things of how like television went. And then like so the shows that were being created that Power Rangers were, I don't want to say stealing the gimmick of because it's the same company, but they would use footage of another show that wasn't in the United States to like as the filler for that show.
Yeah.
And then as they produced more shows, the United States got more shows. So that's whenever we got like Big Bad Beetleborg and like Cyber Rangers or something. And it just went nuts. Why do they call me Gerg? Pat, why do they call me Gerg?
Because Greg wouldn't say his real name when he was growing up.
My brother
and his brother would call him Gerg.
Yeah, my brother switched the R and the E all the time.
So everybody started calling him Gerg. And the spelling and everything else was crazy. So we just went along with it. He likes it. So
my brother, as long as I can remember, has always called me Gerg. It's just been something that he's always called me. I've never even thought about it. Like he always told me it's because he got the E and the R confused. I don't think that's true, but I'll tell people that to this day because that's that's the crap that he tells me. But yeah, like he just switched them. So instead of Greg, I became Gerg. So and that's what happened. So that's where I got my nickname. So and you can call me both. I don't mind. Like I don't mind either way. So Patty and I need to come on here sometime and talk about old movies too. We need to get people into black and white movies.
Oh yeah, now that I can talk about.
Yeah, we need to get people into black and white movies. Both of my parents, which one of them is here right now, and he can attest to this, watched a lot of black and white movies. My mom spent most of her days.
Yeah.
And
when she wasn't working.
She probably was a movie dictionary.
Yeah, she could name everything.
Who was in it?
Who was in it and all that.
When it was the year, usually the year. So she could do year, people that was in it, the name of the title, probably even settings. She was that good at doing that.
Oh yeah.
It was insane. So if it was a black and white movie and it had somebody in it and you wanted to know, you went to my mom.
Yeah, she knew it.
That's where I get some of my knowledge of my absolute nonsense these days. So
she was the movie nut.
So I have Dad here for another minute, and then I gotta go. We have 30 minutes, and that's all we have. So I will have to say goodbye after that. So and then I gotta kick Dad off in a couple minutes. Pat, do you have anything to say to everybody out there? You got like a minute? Go ahead.
No, I'm just glad you're watching Greg. Keep him busy.
Anything that you want to tell the younger audience out there they should be watching or paying attention to? Like, do you want to like a TV series or any old TV series?
Everybody should get into the old series because there was a lot more morality that was taught back then. So that's what I would say. Watch those shows. Even on Gilligan's Island, they had their government system set up. So
they back in the Gilligan's Island days, you'll find out that you had the smartest people on the island that still could not fix that boat.
Yeah.
And it's the reasoning is there and it makes sense. But
yeah,
still,
they didn't have the tools or
you didn't have the tools. You didn't have the wood either because you can't make it out of palm.
Right.
So, but yep, it's crazy. But Pap, I love you.
Love you too.
And thank you for joining me. I got to kick you off here so I can finish this. I got like 5 minutes.
Okay, have fun.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, I think I have control of this. All right, so Pap's going. So I'll take a place never watch Instagram Reels. I do watch Instagram Reels. I watch Instagram Reels sometimes. I don't know. Instagram is a place that you could get stuck into and get sucked into all kinds of different angles. Real Instagram Reels and TikTok are kind of like Vine. So if you know what you're looking for, you can find it. But normally you'll just go down a rabbit hole of insanity. So hi V, by the way, I'm sorry. I wanted to talk to him a little bit and kind of get like a little stuff in there, and we don't have a lot of time, so I thought I'd talk to everybody at the end of this. For a couple minutes. I only have a couple minutes left. Oh yeah, you can find the craziest things on Instagram. Sorry, I'm taking Dad's phone off. You can find the craziest things on Instagram. You can find the craziest videos on Instagram. If you're going down a rabbit hole of insanity and nuts, you can find it on there. Like Vines. Vines, there's a Vine where there's a guy that like comes up with a guitar and is singing to his girlfriend, I think it is. And it's so simple. He's just on a guitar and he sings her a love song, but the love song is hysterical. It's one of my alerts. It's one of my alerts on my streaming on Twitch, and I still remember it. And it's just simple. It's simple. Oh yeah. Oh, do you know what drive? Okay, so TikTok has the female overlay voice. That will do weird stuff like, look at this video, or look what this person did. That drives me absolutely bonkers. It just drives me absolutely bonkers. It just drives me out of my mind. It just drives me nuts. There's my fiance. Just drives me out of my mind. Bonkers. It just really absolutely just is the weirdest voice in the weirdest videos at the weirdest times, and it's on everything. So it's absolutely crazy. So we're getting close to being done. I got maybe 3 minutes, I think. Now that I'm not going to have feedback on Paps, I'll come over here. But I got 3 minutes left. So thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed our little weird session. Bombay is going to join me sub 2. No, that's not. That was my fiance. That's my fiance. But we her name's Tanya. She is right now going crazy cooking Easter dinner. She's been cooking her butt off all day. So I had to do this. I have to do these weekly, these videos with a guest star. So that's why I had Pap with me. I have to do these weekly. So I was running out of time this week and I forgot. And what I'm doing is it started late. And I couldn't get the first video in the day that I wanted to. And I've been trying to get the videos in steadily and ran out of time. So I had to do it today. So I had to go crazy and do it today, which wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, but it just kind of turned out to do that. So, and this feature works cool. It works well. So, I'll give us some feedback on it. I didn't have any problems too bad. I just don't know. I need to go back and look at the video. I want to check and see if there was a little bit of disconnect whenever I'm bringing people in. Because if there's a disconnect, people will not watch it. It's just how it is. That's how we are anymore. So that's how it is anymore. So people will get disconnected from the fact that you had that little bit of a break. That's just normal. So I have not. I do have Wi-Fi set up in my yard. I probably will do that one day. I have this now, so maybe this week, if there's any good days, I could go out and do that. I just got to get it set up to do it. So we could probably do that one day. So maybe I'll. I have bad feet. Walking is a hard thing to do. But my dad's he's paralyzed from the nipple line down. He's in a wheelchair. But I have his old wheelchair, so maybe one day I could run around our little neighborhood and take you guys with me. But I don't know if it'll work. Might have to go it off the phone. Who knows? I need to probably do unlimited. I haven't even done unlimited mobile internet. I haven't done that on this. I need to probably do that. So, but all right, I gotta go. Gotta do 30 minutes. I will be back sometime this week coming up. I gotta do 2 more videos like this. So 30-minute live streams. I don't know if Pap's gonna be back next week again with me, or if Bombay's gonna be with me, and I'll let everybody know. I'll try to let everybody know. So there's a community tab in YouTube. Check it out. I've been trying to post there. We also have a Discord. If you want to check that out, and I'll try to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. So, but all right, I love your guys' faces. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. If you can click that little thumbs up down at the bottom, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed or following, please follow, because it helps me out immensely. Try to get the 500 followers, or subscribers. So, all right, I'll talk to everybody soon. Everybody have a good time. We'll keep talking about topics and weirdness, because I'm a weird man. So thank you, V. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody. And end.